Yes, I'm recording. My mother is the reason why Marine Foundation exists. Do you understand? She's the reason why Marine Foundation exists. Yeah. So now you know my introduction. Now, everybody, we're gonna start with a lady, yeah? We're gonna start with a lady. Yedie Bambe. Yedie Bambe? Yedie Bambe?
Yes, sir.
I always start with a lady because I like the ladies better than the men.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Like my mother, my sisters, they are lovely. And we have to give honor to the woman because the woman are everything. So Yeri Bombay, where are you from?
I'm from McKinney.
Where?
McKinney.
McKinney in Sierra Leone. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have how many boyfriends do you have?
I only have husband. I only have husband.
Okay, one husband. That's good. No, because I have no judgment. If you have many boyfriends, no problem. Don't worry. You have the right to have all the boyfriends you want because you're a pretty lady. How many children do you have?
I have 2 children.
2 children. Fantastic. Very nice. How old is the oldest?
9 years.
9 years. Wow, that's beautiful. And the youngest?
2 years.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. 2 years. Well, you have 2 little bears. Are they?
Little boys.
Yes. Are they boy and girl? How is it?
Both boys.
Both boys. Wow, fantastic. Congratulations. I know
Thank you, sir.
it must have been difficult to deliver, right? I
Sure.
think your fresh memory is the last one, the 2 years.
Sure.
How was it? Was
Yeah.
it difficult? How was it?
It was so difficult.
Oh, yes, I can. It's I say I understand, but actually man cannot understand what the pain the woman is going through. We
Sure.
just watching, we're just going out. Oh my gosh, it's coming out. What's going on? What am I supposed to do? We as men, we are happy. We know that we don't have to give birth to children. This is unfortunate. And we're just like, oh my gosh, that's interesting. You understand? And the doctor
Sure.
asked you to cut. I remember the doctor in my case, my daughter was born. And then the doctor asked me, please, can you cut the cord, with the scissors?
Yeah.
Almost
It's not-
fainted. I almost fainted. I almost like, oh my gosh. So I'm panicking. My hand is trembling. I'm trying to cut the thing. I'm like, am I committing a crime? Am I doing something wrong? So the ladies are beautiful this way. I mean, I really thank you. You gave birth to a beautiful child, and I'm sure your children will be the future leader of Sierra Leone.
By His grace. By His grace.
If I'm still alive, you will see that your children will be great children. I'm blessing you right now, blessing upon
Amen.
you. Your children
Amen.
will be the greatest
Amen.
children.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
You're very welcome. And we have Kanta. Kanta, how are you, Kanta?
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you.
You look like a big man, like a strong man. You look like a strong man. Yeah, that's great. What do you do, Kanta? What's your passion? What is your hobby? What is anything? Don't worry about a job or whatever. What do you like to do?
My passion is just humanitarian,
Okay.
humanitarian aid. Personally, I like to play football.
Play football, that's right. I love football. Yes. Yes. That's great. That's great. Football is a good thing. Do you play with your girlfriend or do you play with your wife?
No, I play with
I'm
my
just
wife.
kidding.
No,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You play
I know, I know.
with the kids. You play with the kids.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sure.
Fantastic. Fantastic. You
Yeah.
know, there's a big if you have a sport, if you like to do sport, it's the most important. There's nothing more important than sport and art and everything that comes from your heart. Work is work, but your passion is your passion. Your love for what you're doing is what is most important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you married, Kanta?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay. Okay. Children? Do you have
Hello,
children?
come again?
How many? Two?
Yeah, I have two children.
How many? Two?
Yeah, yes.
Two. Okay. The oldest. How old is the oldest?
The older is 9.
9. Just like Yere
Yeah.
Bamba. She's 9 years old. And the youngest
The younger is 2 also.
is how 2 also. Wow. Are you sure you're not the father? It's not your husband, Yere Bamba?
Yeah, younger is my wife.
She's your sister, really like your twin sister, because people say we're twin brother, we're twin sisters, but actually your twin brother and sisters are people who have the same thing that you have. You see, understand?
Yes.
Bamba has also a 9-year-old child, an 8-year-old baby, which means that she's your twin. She's your twin sister.
Yes.
You understand? This is beautiful.
Yes.
And then we have our
Yeah.
brother Mohammed Alucine. Mohammed, my brother with a nice beer. I love your beer. Yeah. How are you, Mohammed? How are you? Good? I cannot hear you. Your mic. Maybe the other should be the other should put their mic on the mute, and Mohammed should put his mic on. Yeah, Mohammed. Hey, here you go. I can hear you now. How are you? Good. You're good. Mohammed, you look like a young man. You look like ready for life. Ready for the world, ready for all the women of the world. I'm ready. I'm here. Please choose me. Right, Mohammed, are you married? Are you married, Mohammed? Married? You're married? Are you married?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Mohammed is not married, so he's got the future in front of him. That's great. That's fantastic. Nice to meet you, Mohammed. You look very good with the beer. It's really good. It's good on you. It's good on you. And we have Mr. Techno, Mr. Techno Cameron. Cameron? How do I call you? Techno? Mr. Techno, you have a pen in your hand.
No, this is 42
You what?
42 Islam.
Okay. Okay. Your name is how do you pronounce your name?
Fule.
Fule. Okay. Okay. Okay, fantastic. And and Fule, how are you today? You look like a gentleman, like a businessman, like a serious guy. You look like you have the world in control. You look like what is your passion? What is your passion, Mr. Fule? What is your passion? What do you like to do?
Yeah, I'm a friendly man.
Yes,
orphanage.
you like people. You like the world. You like people. You like people. Maybe I can hear some noise, too much noise. So if you want other people to put your mic in mute for a short time, it's okay. And Pule, you're married? Are you married?
Yeah, I'm married.
Okay, you're married. How many wives do you have? One
Come
wife?
again.
One wife? One wife or two wives? One wife, right?
How many wives?
One wife. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. That means you have no trouble. You see, if you have one wife, you have no trouble. Because if you have one wife, you receive all the love. All the love comes to you. You understand? If you have two wives, your love is divided. You know, you have to split your love. You have to split your love. But if you have one wife, you receive everything from one beautiful woman. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Do you have children, Mr. Fule? Do you have children?
Yeah, three children.
Three children.
Yes.
Fantastic. The youngest one, how old is the youngest one? The youngest one, the baby one.
One, 1 year old.
1 year old. My gosh, that's even better than Yere Bambe, ne? 1 year old. Wow, you're a new father, eh? And the oldest,
Yes.
how old is the oldest one? Oldest
10
one.
years. 10
20,
years.
20 years old. Wow, you have a long road. You have a road of
10.
experience. Ooh, that's why you look serious. You look like a mature, you know. And the middle one, how old is the middle one?
4 years.
4 years. That's good. He's a little bear. He's a little baby boy of 4. Wow, 4 years old. That's
Yes.
congratulations. And especially congratulations to your wife for such a
Thank you.
difference or
Thank
life
you.
years or whatever, if you have another baby or whatever, but there's a responsibility for a woman to take care of, even the oldest to the youngest. She's got to keep the same heart. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. And
Thank you too.
thank you so much. And the last but not the least is Mr. Shaka. Shaka-san. Shaka, the Japanese samurai. Chaka, how are you, Chaka, my brother? Yeah, how are you?
I'm fine. Mr.
Yeah, you're
Tony,
married?
welcome
You're
again
married?
back. Yeah. Yeah,
You're
I'm
married.
married.
Okay.
Yes.
How many children do you have?
I have two. I have a boy and a girl.
Two girls.
Two.
Two girls.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
two girls. That's a different thing than having two boys. That's
Yes.
girls is
Yes.
like you have to become a gentleman. You have no choice.
Yes, of course.
You have no choice. You have no choice. When you have a
Yes.
baby boy,
Yes.
a man, you can be like a man, hey, do what I do. But when with the girls,
Yes.
you be a gentleman. You don't pressure them too much. Be nice to them. Hug them a lot.
Yes.
That's wonderful. That's also a fantastic ability. So you have a fantastic. And how old is the oldest one?
Well, the boy is 25 years old now, and the girl
Okay.
is 19.
Oh, okay. Well, just like me. My girl is 25 years old, and my son
Okay.
21 years old.
Of course.
So my son, I can talk to him. I can give him advice. I can say,
Okay, yeah.
well, but my daughter, no way. She look at me like
No
this.
way.
Dad, who do you think you're talking to? The woman is strong. The woman is strong. My son is like, anything,
Yes.
his money. I'm like, what happened to the money I gave you yesterday? Dad, it's gone. I have a life. My daughter, never. She keeps everything in order. She keeps her money. She prepares her. Oh, I love her. I said, my gosh, I said to my son, take example from your sister. You know, your sister is pretty serious. He says, you look at me and said, serious doesn't make a life. Serious, if you don't take risk in life, you'd get nowhere. I kind of agree, but the woman is still my favorite person in the house, especially my mother. My wife loves my daughter because my daughter is so good with money. I am not good with money. I am not good with money. I give everything. If I have money and
Wow.
I look around, I just give it. You know, it's my nature, you see. But, you know, we have a Marine Foundation, and Marine
Yes.
Foundation is a giving foundation. Is a
Wow.
giving foundation. Is not looking for interest, looking for, oh, what do I get back? What do I get back? No, 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 no. We're not going to go the way of the Western countries. We're going to go the way of unconditional giving. Why? Because giving unconditionally makes more profit than giving with the expectation of return. Listen to that. You know, listen to that very
Yes.
clearly. It's more profitable. It's more profitable to make a beautiful school when children have a free education and they become who they want. It's free. Now, so people look at me and say, but tell me, why is it free? And I tell them, why not? What is God asking these children? You think God is going to come down and say, hey, you owe me some money here? You know, the air is free. The water we drink is free. You know, everything we have. Education should be free for all children. Doesn't matter if they're rich or poor, it should be free. It should be something they can have access to because it's a God-given gift. And that's the difference between the Marine Foundation and other type of foundation. So, but now that I know everybody, 6 people, first of all, I want to thank you for coming. And looking at me, you can see, wow, this is a strange.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, and we have somebody here, but he has a network problem. I don't
No
know.
problem.
He's with me here. You can, yes, you can join.
No problem. Hello. Hello,
Good
my
morning.
brother. Hello, my brother.
Yeah,
How
good
are
morning.
you? It's a young
Yeah.
man here. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
What's your name? What's your name?
Yeah. Mohamed M. Toure. Mohamed Mak.
Mohamed. Mohamed M. Toure. Wow, Mohamed, you look like a future president. You look like somebody who's gonna change something. I don't know what you're gonna change, but you're gonna change something. You look like you have energy, you know, right? What's your hobby? What's your passion, Mohamed?
I like to play football, listen to news,
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Listen to news.
at the same time, I like academical activities.
Yes, academical activity. Fantastic. I love you. You're great, brother. You will have a great future. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a person who make promises. I just say the truth about everything that's gonna happen. But people don't believe me because, well, they think, first of all, he's kind of a white guy over there sitting somewhere in Asia, in Japan, and he doesn't have the experience, or he's just speaking for profit. Uh, One thing you have to learn when I approach Africa. So I'm not trying to help Africa. You know why? You know why I'm not helping Africa? I cannot help Africa. You know why? Because Africa is the motherland. Africa is the motherland. Whether you recognize it or don't recognize, doesn't matter. Africa is the mother. You don't go to the mother and say, "Oh, mother, can I invest in you?" You want to invest in the mother? Good luck. Your mother is gonna slap you in the back and say, "Go back to work." That's what my mother told me. Her mother, can I help you? Can I invest in you? Do you need some money? She looked at me like I was like strange. She said, "What are you talking about? I'm helping you. You're not helping me. I'll save you. You're not saving me. I'm the mother." That's why people have to understand the mother spirit of Africa. The Africa is the beauty, is the mother, is the motherland. And you are from the motherland. If you understand, if you try to think of that just at night before you go to bed, you even if you don't think about it, but try to, even if you don't want to do it, just try it. Say, "Thank you, mother. Thank you, the motherland. You are my mother, and I'm out of your womb. I came out of your womb." If you think of that just a little bit, after 3 days, your mind is going to change. Your mind is going to flourish, but you have to do it, because this is the way we change. This is the way we understand. People are confused. The white man is really confused. I've spent time in France, in Monaco, in all these countries. People are confused about Africa. They don't know. I went to Africa. I ate in a village. In the many village, I ate food. I got sick, but it's okay, because I was not used to. But I saw the mother. I saw the same mother. I saw my mother in Africa. Every mother that are in Africa are also my mother that I remember. You see, and that's what really make me want to be in Africa, want to love Africa, because I don't see Africa as a country that need help. In Africa, I see only beauty. I see nobility. African people are noble people. They're great. They're kings. They're warriors. They are fantastic women. A woman walking with something on her head, carrying the water from one village to another. It's like try to tell a French woman to do this. She'll do 3 steps and she'll fall apart. Africa is natural beauty, natural gracefulness, natural everything.
Yeah.
And if you look at it this way, it might just be for a short time. But even if for a short time, you have this look when you see women walking, with a thing or trying to sell stuff on the street and everything, try to think of it. You don't have to do anything, but just try to think of that. That beauty is the feeling of God. Feeling of God. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, thank you. No, deja vu. I'm away. Go ahead. Thank you so much. My wife was coming and asking me if I needed a drink. I said, "I'm okay." My wife is Japanese.
Okay.
My wife is Japanese. Japanese women are Black African women. They're African women. They don't carry things on their head. They don't, but they do everything in the house. They're the queen. And they're so dangerous. If I do something wrong, oh my gosh, I'm going to know right away. She just has to look at me. Just look at me. And I'm like, okay, don't worry. Okay, that's okay. I'll be nice. That's the power of women. But Africa, I call African women the queen. The queen. They're not normal. They're the queen. They're little queen. You can see they are, just cooking, just taking care of all these children, just taking care of everything. They are, it's mind-boggling. When I went to Africa, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this grandmother, loving everybody, loving everything, smiling all the time. I can never see that in Europe. Forget it. In Europe, I see only angry women, doubtful women. What are you about too? Are you trying to hit on me? If I say something nice to an African woman, she's happy, she's smiling. You understand? This is the openness of African culture. You know, the openness of African culture is beautiful. African culture is the warmth of the world. Without Africa, there is no world. There is no world without Africa. Africa is the essence of everything you want to think about God. You know, now I told my friend always looking at, Christian friend, they look at Jesus, long hair, white skin, blue eyes. I said, guys, you have a mental problem. Jesus is black. They almost killed me. They almost said, whoa, you told me I was saying Jesus is black. What's wrong with him? God has made the world in the image of the black man and the black woman. That's the image of God when he created the world. He didn't think of a little white guy over there with hair like this and blue and green eyes and skinny like a little branch. He thought of a man who can embrace the light. The color black, the color of your skin embraces the light. It's friend with the sun. If you put a little European guy under the sun, 1 hour he's dead. 1 hour is cooked like a lizard. You understand? Africa is everything about what God saw as the future of the world. It had to be Africa because Africa is well positioned. Because why Africa is positioned like this? Why Africa is the sun? Why Africa has so many animals? Because you need the geolocation of Africa to permit that life to surge. You see? So Africa is the place when all life appears. And then after that, it goes dispersed around the world. Yes. We have Europe, we have Asia, we have, Oceania, but everything came from Africa. So this is my little, I should be talking about the Marine Foundation, but my mind for Africa is not like none other. Even African people don't understand what I'm telling them. They say, Tomio, you're kidding. I never learned this in school. Well, didn't learn this in school, but you're going to learn this from me. From my school, I'm going to set in Africa, in Sierra Leone. When I put that first school in Sierra Leone, we're going to learn about that. The African young people are going to be proud. I teach Japanese people. I made 10 schools in Japan, 10 international schools.
8 schools.
Before the Marine Foundation, I built 10 schools. And I told the Japanese and international children the value of life through the mother's womb, through the water. They came to me one by one, and they say, we do a game. At this time, I was wearing a cap, like a captain. I was like, and they were not scared because I was funny. So because I was funny, I could tell them, if you lose this game, you're going out over there in the corner. They were laughing at me. But then the game was, tell me where you're from. And they all came to me, oh, I'm Japanese. Get out. Oh, I'm American. Get out. I'm African. Get out. So they thought the mothers watching the class, because there was demonstration in front of the mother, they thought this guy has a mental problem. He has a little bit of a mental problem. He doesn't know where they are. And we know where they're from. He's American, he's a European guy, he's a little black kid, a little white kid from whatever. So they They're confused. Then I called them back. I called them back. I said, now I'm going to tell you where you're from. So they look at me with big eyes, like, what is he going to say? So I said, you see your mama when she has a big bubble on the stomach? It's water inside. They say, really? Now they're 5 years old kids, very young, 6-year-old kids. Water. Say, full of water. So the kids start asking me, like the ocean? Yes, they like the ocean. Like, is there dolphin? I say, yes, there's dolphin. Is there whales? Yes, there are whales. Their imagination into the water, that we came from the water. And then I asked them, you see, that's where there's no color in the water. You all come from the water. So then the next test, we have them meet another class to play. They're young kids. So before they play with somebody, they're a little shy. You understand? And I saw the little black kids with the little white kids with blonde hair and blue eyes. The little black kid asked, he was scared because this little white kid's coming to the class with blonde hair, and he was kind of scared. But the question he asked, first question he asked, he says, do you have a mother too? The little white kid, yes, I do. Oh, and they started to play. They started to play because they identify the mother first before identifying the color or the race or where they're from, the stupid country where they're from. It doesn't matter. Do you have a mother? What's the question? And these little kids, I saw them 15 years later. They have no complex or whatever. I saw little black kids, 15-year-old kids. He looks at me and said, hey, they call me Captain Tomeo. We don't forget that story of the water. I never forgot that story of the water. That story of the water, I can conquer the world. You understand? They build confidence based on knowing their birth. We come from the water. That's where we come from. So that's why the name of Marine Foundation. Marines means water. Foundation means the base of water. The base of water. Now we can do whatever. Now we're free.
Yeah.
We have freedom. There's no more black and white. We're the base of water. We're biological resemblance. We're same, actually, based on the water. There's no more black, white, African, Portuguese, Spanish. Who cares? We're the base of the water. We're the base of truth. We're the base of life. And when you teach a kids that at the beginning of their life in an educational system, they never forget. They never forget. And I see these kids, they have confidence. They don't care to hear, oh, well, they hear the name slavery, they're laughing. They're laughing at the prehistoric age of evolution of man. You understand? There's no slave. There's only prisoners of wars. Who make this word slave? It's a slave. It was invented by the Portuguese and the Spanish. The conquistador, they were doing human trafficking. They were taking children out of the young people out, and then they trafficked them to work for them in some other countries. It was pure human trafficking. It's not slavery. Real slavery, every nation has slavery.
Yeah.
Every nation, France has slaves. The Vikings have slaves. Everybody has slaves. White people. So what is that with slavery? In Africa, there's no slaves. There's only warriors. Warriors and prisoners of wars in the back. That's why we have to identify our source. We have to identify ourselves first. Identity. There's a noise in the back. There's a strong noise in the back. Maybe Kanta, yeah. Maybe Shaka. I don't know. There's a noise in the back.
Yeah, noise.
Is it you, Shaka? Can you put your
On
can
nous
you
l'a
hold?
dit.
There you go. There you go. Perfect. I cannot hear your voice, but if you want to laugh, just put your mic on. And if you want to say something, say hallelujah. You can put the mic on and say hallelujah and turn it back off. You know, but basically, my brothers, you know, this is my introduction. I don't do a conventional introduction of the Marine Foundation, like telling you, oh, what is the Marine Foundation? Oh, well, it's a supranational organization, diplomatic level. We are doing this, doing this, doing this, doing. No, I'm telling you the heart of the Marine Foundation, because that's all you need to know. Because Marine Foundation is not Japanese. Marine Foundation is not American. Marine Foundation is not African. It's wherever it is. If Marine Foundation is Sierra Leone, Marine Foundation is Marine Foundation Sierra Leone. It's not Marine Foundation Côte d'Ivoire. It's not Marine Foundation Burkina Faso. It's Marine Foundation Sierra Leone. You understand? So that means you become the owner of the platform. You are not somebody who, oh, we're following a platform that came from there. No, the Marine Foundation came from you. The Marine Foundation came from Bambe. It came from a mother's womb. That's the Marine Foundation right there. The woman's womb, the birth. And you fathers, it came from you too, because your wife gave birth. That means you are the Marine Foundation more than anybody can say. Do you understand? If you have children, you are more the Marine Foundation than if you're single. But even if you're single, no children, you will have children one day. You understand? So that means that the Marine Foundation is you. It's your property, it's your sovereignty, your independence, your sovereignty, your independence. You depend on nobody else. And the magic of that, you don't depend on anybody, is Marine Foundation when it goes to Sierra Leone. When it goes to Sierra Leone, then you will say, ho, 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 what have we got here? You know, we have us. The funds will be coming. Money has to come. When a system is born, when a mother has children, she needs money. If there's no money, it's very difficult to raise your children. Even a father work hard for money. So let's say the Marine Foundation is born in Sierra Leone, automatically Sierra Leone is going to get the funds that he needs for its beautiful schools. It's too bad today we don't have Eric Abu Sese, the person that was chosen back then for the Marine Foundation. You probably have to invite him into the chat so he can be part of this chat, because you are the first one listening to me on live in Africa as a group. So we have to thank Mr. Shaka for his initiative, because thanks to him, we could set up a Skype meeting, a Zoom meeting today. So now what I would like to do is that you can ask me any question. I would like you to ask me question, any question, I don't care. You know, even no meaning question like, Tomeo, why do you look like this, but on the photo you look different with no hair? That's a good question. You know, what do you look like? Tomeo, what do you look like, a crazy guy? You know, I'm the chairman of the Marine Foundation, but I am Tomeo. Tomeo means brother, means friend, means supporter, means elder brother, the one who is right behind you. It doesn't mean any chairman or whatever. Chairman, there's so many chairmen in the world, we don't care about them. We care about who is my friend and how we're going to lead the Marine Foundation to become a great state, a great organization, not in Africa, in Sierra Leone. You understand? Because I'm with Sierra Leone today. And only I think is Sierra Leone, your beautiful country. Because, you know, I don't know if you know, but Sierra Leone is one of the most powerful, the most wealthy country in the world. And that's why the Western people came running. UNICEF, UN, United Nations, they go there, but they have a geopolitical plan in the back. So they look good. Beautiful shirt, UNICEF, we're the UNICEF, we're gonna help everybody. But in the background, they pray for chaos. They pray for war. They pray for division, because if they can devise Sierra Leone, they can control Sierra Leone. You understand? This is the way of the West. Now you know it. So I would like you, if you have a question, to ask me any question right now. Any question, it's okay, because I don't want to hold you too long, because, you have a beautiful day ahead of you. So ask me any question, I will answer. Go ahead.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Tio, for the warm presentations. At least you have already known each of everyone in this group. Well,
Thank you so
actually, I
much.
appreciate your efforts, the time you took to address us here. Actually, since yesterday, when you sent that PDF document,
Yes,
we have been going through the document and see most of your intervention areas like Liberia, Burkina Faso, and
yes.
and the rest countries.
Gaza, also
I
Gaza.
also read about yes. I also read about your donor areas. For example, the concept developers,
Yes.
some specialists, at least where Marine Foundation got their fund.
Yes.
We also saw your thematic area, for example, where you sent most of your fund, like education, and footballs,
Yes.
agriculture, more of a fish conversion into fish powder.
Yes.
So we saw all of these things.
Yes.
We also saw one program that that Marine Foundation fund in 2019 with a Propel organization.
Yes.
Organization. We saw that
That's
one.
right. Bravo.
So yeah, so that project they call it seaside cleanup in Freetown at Lumley. So actually, we went down to your write-up, and it was actually impressed.
Yes.
We saw a lot of intervention areas. We even saw the first lady of Liberia together with the current president. You have a Marine Foundation has a project with them. So my question here now, how can you make Sierra Leone a reality? How Marine Foundation can intervene through your own help and through the thing you pass through us to establish a project that will benefit Sierra Leone children, that will benefit Sierra Leone at large, that will benefit also ours that were on the pipeline to run this project. That's our main question now. How is it possible? How can we turn this dream to reality? Because now we are dreaming. So how can we turn this dream to reality?
That's
very
question. Good. That's very good word, Kanta. That is the perfect question. That kind of the question I was expecting. How do we draw the dream to reality? Okay. Yeah, I understand totally. It's very important to understand, for you to understand, everybody, that, you have to understand the way the Western people think. The way the Western people think. When they want to survey to an area to develop something, they're not going to think about strategy. They're not going to think about system. They're going to think with a slogan. The slogan, oh, we're going to feed every children in Sierra Leone. The UNICEF, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But they come just with a slogan. They didn't come with thinking about it. So when they arrive there, and they see and they spread their word, you realize in a short time, then they will end up stealing from Sierra Leone, not helping Sierra Leone. And this is the way of the West. They just say, oh, we're going to talk to a bunch of people over there. They don't even understand. They don't know nothing. We just are going to make believe people. And the African people are so honest and so eager that they will believe. But the reality is quite different. Now, the road of the Marine Foundation, there's no make-believe here, because I told God, when I had this dream of God from the sky tracing a flaming sky with flame. And he said, with 3 words, he said, I need you. And it's written, and then it's signed on the sky, it's signed God. Now, when I saw this message, I said, God must be kidding. Do you think I can help God? I cannot help God. I don't want to die like Jesus Christ on the cross. I don't want to be a martyr, eaten by lion, like we see in the Bible story. I say, no, thank you. I said to God, no, thank you. I want to, I try, but no, thank you. Plus, my mother, I don't know even where she's from, because she always tell me, my mother tells me all the time, one day told me, oh, when you grow up, when you're not crazy anymore, please take care of the motherland. But she never told me what was the motherland. But one day I discovered the motherland. I discovered, my gosh, she's talking about Africa. She's talking about blah, blah, blah. And God is coming to me and saying, yeah, now you got it. But why me? Because you're crazy. We know that if you start something, you're never going to stop. You're going to go crazy about it. But I said, how do I do this? Then I understood the word system. The word system came clear in my mind. God says, you have to use system. I say, what is system? Then God said, look at the creation. Look at the mountains. Look at the water. Look at the birds. Try to jump off your 3-story balcony. You're going to understand the system of the law of gravity. Right? I thought I could fly. There's no flying. In God's way, there's system. The whole creation is about system. If you go to Europe, even Switzerland, you can see a basic system. Without system, they are dead. They are dead in the water because they got nothing. You understand? So now, what I have to spend time, it took me about 21 years to design the system that would work for Africa with no stopping. You cannot stop these systems. But it took time, it took energy, and it took money, because I wanted to go to Africa, but I went there many times, but without system, without a way to have without diplomatic power, without diplomatic status, I know it's not going to work. So I had to get the diplomatic power, diplomatic status, and everything else. I have to win the heart of the people, the ministers. Now I can stand in front of a president. I can talk to him. They will listen to me. But without that base learning, base working, it cannot happen. Because billionaires don't spend time into studying system to help Africa. They might spend some money or for what they like. And they want to get some gold or some diamonds or whatever, but it's for their girlfriend. It's to supply their girlfriend or their whatever in society. their ego. But you have to let go of the ego. And that's why I spend so much time. But I look a little bit older than before, but I'm not so old. I'm still young. I'm in my 50s. I'm still strong. I didn't waste that time. But Jesus, when Jesus came on this earth, or Buddha, or if you study the life of Buddha, for example, he spent 40 years in a palace. He was a rich kid. He was a crazy guy. He had many girlfriends until 40 years old. And then from 40 years old, he decided, oh my gosh, there is poverty in India. I've got to do something. He had a revelation. And soon after that, he could transform the entire India. Jesus took only 3 years. Jesus, without anything, without even money, 3 years. Why it took only 3 years? Because Jesus was chosen by God. You see, somebody was chosen by God has a responsibility. It doesn't matter. It will work. If we take responsibility, if you're chosen by heaven, it will work. So I had no choice. I told God, I don't want to do this. I want to be in the Bahamas. I want to be a bartender. I want to be a bartender in the Bahamas. I don't want any problem. I just want to be happy. But God told me, when you start loving people and giving to people, happiness will rise in a way that you can never understand. And I discovered that the only way to be happy is to live for other people. You cannot be happy even if you live for, that's why you're happy as a family. You're happy as a mother or as a father because you live for your children. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing. You live for your children, then you become happy. It doesn't matter what people say. Well, you're happy. You see your children smiling, your wife happy, or your husband good. You say, oh my gosh, I'm proud of you. You're so good. You cook so well. Then you're happy inside because it's not for you. You understand it's for somebody else. Now, on the bigger scale, Marine Foundation is said to live for the sake of Africa. So now, the dream becoming a reality, it's not by miracle. It's not by wishful thinking. It's not by speeches. It's going to Africa and making one small pilot project. A pilot project that is going to multiply maybe in other regions of Sierra Leone. For example, I give you something. No, we have a huge concept of 15,000 children per school. That school is a heaven on earth. It's so easy to put together. But Western people won't want to do this because they say, Tommy, if you do this, you're going to ruin us. Then we cannot take from Africa anymore because they become too nice. They develop the economy. What are you crazy? Stay on our side. I say, no, it's not me. My mother, I'm doing it because of my heart, because that's a command of God, because that's the logic, the common sense. The common sense is not to build huge infrastructure. Now you got the mayor of Freetown, the beautiful mayor of Freetown. She's great, but she's focusing on things that her sister's building a hotel. I don't know what they're doing, but does that really mean? Of course, everybody wants to get money. Everybody wants to be stable. Everybody wants to make their point. But is that what is going to develop Freetown? Is that what's going to clean Freetown? Is that going to develop the children of Freetown? Now I have another concept. By you say, Quentin, you mentioned Propel organization. Volunteers, they clean the beach. So from that, I decided a very nice system. I decided what we call a vocational sanitary school. Cleaning is cleaning. It doesn't matter if you clean your beach, if you clean your office, your house, your garden, cleaning is cleaning. So I mean, there's a profession into cleaning which is called sanitary business, learning how to drive truck, technology for waste energy and everything. So I'm going to put in Sierra Leone a first small vocational school where every young people will start coming and learning, especially the volunteers from Propeller organization. They will get a free treatment. But also the pilot, what I call a pilot project, it doesn't have to be a big project. It could be all of us here, this little group. Because when I go to Sierra Leone, I guarantee I'm going to call you. I say, Mohammed, get yourself here. We need you. You look like a bodyguard. It's good. Be here. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean? It's like you are going to be called. You are going to be called to the rendezvous because it doesn't matter. Don't think about if you have ability. Oh, I went to school. I have a resume. I have knowledge. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Knowledge, resume has no meaning. What has meaning is your heart. Intelligence comes from your heart. And that's what makes the difference between an intelligent man and a very poor man. So now the very poor man is the guy who goes to school and get so many PhDs, and they come out of school, they end up homeless, doing nothing. But a person who has a heart comes out of school and try to do something for other people. Do you understand? That's a whole difference. Intelligence flies is a shower from heaven if you open your heart to support others, but to be pragmatic about it. You will discover the power of God. The power of God. And the power of God is not in big things. Doing a small thing first, but develop around. Then Sierra Leone, then Cote d'Ivoire, or probably Liberia will call me and they say, tell me what's going on in Sierra Leone. I say, what is going on? What is going on? They will say, we want to do the same thing. Now the project becomes bigger. You understand? So we want to go with pragmatic sense, so that we bring a little money that's help us do that little project. I know Mr. Eric Cisse has offered land for the Marine Foundation. I think six lots of land near Freetown. So when I go to Freetown, when I go to Sierra Leone, I am not going to talk. I am going to execute the next day. My hotel, nice hotel, whatever, I say, hey, guys, let's go to work. Let's go to work. What do we need? How much money do we need here? How much money do we need that? That simple action. This is how I see, Mr. Kanta, the development, the dream becoming reality. No words. The words, we set them to go to the Switzerland, the UN, and to blah, 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 and say we're doing blah, 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 political parties, ministers, mayors, Mrs. She's on my WhatsApp. Mrs. I forgot the mayor of Freetown. Her name, she has a beautiful smile.
Abisoya.
Yeah,
Abisoya.
Abisoya. That's her. And she follows me on my WhatsApp. She's always trying to compete. She said, you do this, but we do this. But what they're doing doesn't match because it doesn't help you. It doesn't help the mother. It doesn't help the young guy who wants to do something. It's great what she's trying to do, but she works on the municipality level, trying to get some ministers or, so that they do and they join with it. And then finally she gets more power that she can be re-elected for the next election. And eventually she will to become a president. Do you understand? So you see, so we have to come to an understanding that we have to let that go. We have to focus on people who can actually put their hands on the table with the money on the table. You know, the
So-
first thing, you know, I'm going to go and see and say, oh, what do you need advice from? Oh, let me go and visit Kanta, because Kanta will tell me what's needed. Not the mayor, not the minister, not the diplomats. The diplomats are thinking about themselves. But Kanta is thinking about his community. He's thinking about his people. He's thinking about his wife. He's thinking about Yele Bambe. Yele Bambe, who needs a better system for the children. He has his sister. We need the same thing as him. So these are the people who are going to change Sierra Leone. You understand?
Yeah.
So this is the way see a dream from a reality, which means actually the reality, the dream should be the reality.
Yeah.
Dream, we should have it should not be a dream. The dream actually is a reality. We come establish our reality to become so beautiful that finally it becomes a dream. Because only a dream can only be a real dream when it comes in substance. If a dream doesn't come in substance, it becomes a lie. So many ministers, politicians, they talk about dreams. We're gonna save the people, we're gonna save the economy, and they don't have any movement of action after they become elected president. Look at George Weah. George Weah, Liberia, is a football player, right? Great football player. I'm going to build everything for the kids, for the youth, for soccer, football. Zero. He spent 4 years as a president, zero result. And yet, I designed the George Weah Stadium. We designed, my team designed the George Weah Stadium, but he didn't care for it because he didn't see that as a future for the young people. Do you understand? So coming back to that is the dream becomes reality when reality is put to action right away. So I'm not going to tell you when it is happening, but I can tell you exactly the timing of when it is happening. It's happening when I reach Sierra Leone. When I reach Africa, it is happening 100%. So people say to me, Tomio, when are you coming to Africa? That's the point. You see, I'm preparing the system now, preparing the funding, the money. You see, I want to see Mohammed and say, Mohammed, what do you need? Do you need a sports stadium, or do you need a little community? You need football for the kids. I'm not going to say, oh, Mohammed, we don't have enough money to buy football. I said, yeah, of course, let me order them right now. Get my call, get a dozen of football to give to the kid. Mohammed now has a big heart. The community looks at him, Mohammed, what have you done? You see, and people are happy. This small thing that changed the heart of the people, that's what needs to be ready. If you go to the UNICEF and the UNICEF guy comes and visits your village, and you ask the guy, you see, Mr. UNICEF, our children are playing without shoes. Can you provide, about 50 pairs of shoes for children? What do you think they're going to do? Oh, yes, we have to write a note for the bureaucratic department to make a decision. And it's going to take years, right? It doesn't work. Marine Foundation think we need something that we see as a problem or a need to be done right now. We don't need to wait 3 days to decide that children need shoes because they're already great players. You put shoes on them, they become super great players. That's what I told the children of Gambia when I visited them. I told them, you guys are the greatest player in the world. They were like, really? I said, yeah, because you play without shoes. Now, let me put some shoes onto you. You will see how you're going to play. You're going to be 10 times better than what you think you are because you're already 10 times better than the kids in Europe. They were so praised. And I have a video on YouTube. If you search my channel on YouTube, you can see that video when I'm talking to the kids. I'm with the kids. I'm in Gambia. and I'm praising the motherland in Gambia, and the kids were so happy. And now they're part of the World Football Youth Association, which is from the Marine Foundation. World Football Youth Association, we call it FIA. Football Youth Association, FIA, and we promote not the World Cup like FIFA, we promote the World Peace Cup. The World Peace Cup will take place in Liberia, will take place in Sierra Leone every year. It's not every 4 years. 4 years is too long. Every year, there's going to be an event, and the kids are going to be so happy. They're going to be, wow, somebody cares for us, finally. You understand? This is our responsibility, and you are the leaders for that. If you don't know that, now you are the leaders. You might not think like that. Am I a leader? Yes, you are. Why? Because I know you are. God didn't use, David was a shepherd. He became a king. He became the king of kings. He was a shepherd. He was holding here with his troops of, with his animals. He was guarding the field. Little guy, no muscle. God said, you're going to be a king. You become a king. It doesn't matter what you are right now. You are a leader. You will change the world. I can guarantee that to you. You don't believe me now, but when it happens, you will be able to do much more than your mayor, than the political delegates, or even the president of the nation. Because if you can change your community, you will have done more than the president of your country. You understand? And that's why the First Lady of Sierra Leone is so good. I'm going to talk to the First Lady. She's going to be part of the club. We have the First Ladies Club. Only the Marine Foundation has a First Ladies Club. The First Ladies Club are the women in power. When I get there, they will say, Tomeo, let's go and let's do it. They take the decision not in the White House. They take the decision in the bedroom. In the bedroom, they say, hey, we got to do this. Don't worry, the husband will follow. Oh, yes, you're right, my dear. Let's do it. That's why the Marine Foundation is the Marine Foundation, the First Ladies Club. That was a very clever idea. It's not my idea. It's an idea from heaven. Why don't you make the First Ladies Club? What? People go, what? First Ladies Club? And then I say, why not? We tried. And the response, step by step, now I have the First Lady from Liberia who sent me a personal letter saying, Tomeo, I want to be part of the club. When you come to Liberia, we have to talk. I sent her back a beautiful letter. Next, I want to focus on the First Lady of course, Sierra Leone, because she's very smart. I'm going to send her a very beautiful letter. We're going to make that communication, but not for her. Doing it for the people, for those who are in position of leadership in their community. So they have the power. They say, oh my gosh, we're supported by the First Lady. Now I have power. You understand? So it is really the Marine Foundation is exactly what you said, Kanta, is a reality machine. A reality machine. It's the dream that is drained. We take the dream and we slap the dream. We slap the dream. We take the dream, we punch the dream. We'll make it a reality. You understand? We grain the dream into a reality so that now, when the reality comes, it becomes the dream of all people, and the people can say, now I can make it happen because it has already become a reality. You see, unless the dream becomes a reality, it's not a dream. It's just a fantasy. You understand? It's like imagination, Hollywood movie, good ending, bravo. You understand? The dream has to be smashed so that it becomes a reality. When the reality is there, it becomes a dream for other people, for the other villages, the other commune, the other everything. That's what is very important to understand. You see, that understanding changes your mind. And actually, when you understand that, God comes in and say, oh, you get it. I want to be with you. I want to support you. Heaven is there waiting. You know, you got to take the dream. Don't listen to the white people. I mean, I love white people. I love everybody. I love Chinese, Japanese, everybody. But don't listen easily when they think about the dream. You have to ask them first, did the dream that you spoke about is a reality somewhere? Right? If it's not, it's just illusion. Me, when I talk about a dream, it's a reality that is already is, because I did the school. I wrote the system. We tested everything. So that's the basic. You can ask me another question. I'm sorry for taking too much as an answer, Mr. Kanta. I just wanted you to capture the vision. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to talk.
Mr. Shaka.
Yeah, Mr. Timmy, thank you very much for your salient speech that you have given us. My question here is, now we have formed a group in Sierra Leone, is the Mary Foundation group, which we have already formed. We are about 10 or above that number. Then I don't know, how can you incorporate with us into the Marines Foundation? Because we are thinking that you are promising to come down to Sierra Leone. Now that we know that you are coming down to Sierra Leone, how can you incorporate with us within Marine Foundation? How can we belong to the Marine Foundation? And what are the activities that you want us to carry?
I'm so glad you asked this question. I was, you know, I don't do things by telling people what to do. I'm waiting for the question, because when you have the question, then there need to be an answer. Unless you have the question, like that kind of question, like Mr. Kanta's question, this is a beautiful question. And I want to give you an answer with this. That's going to be very easy, simple. First of all, the group that you've made, you see, you made the Marine Foundation Sierra Leone, which I'm going to call MF Sierra Leone to make it simple for my WhatsApp, so that I know which group is what group. This is already a great initiative. These people that are in this group are going to be blessed. You know, they are going to be blessed, and I can promise you that, because that's the way I work. So we need to establish a core membership, which I call a core membership, is the future leadership of Sierra Leone. Now, you might join the group and say, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm just listening. No. Don't listen to that. I decide if you are good enough. And I'm telling you, all of you are great. It doesn't matter. You don't think about, I cannot do it. Just join the group. So the responsibility would be to create that environment that at least my number is 72 members. You don't know why I use 72. It's biblical. It's got a sign of the providence, 72 members per country, which present the first great leadership that I want to go for each country. So now people might think, oh, I'm just a member, but I will register you because I've already have the Marine Foundation Sierra Leone website ready. The page is ready. If you go marinef.org/Sierra Leone, one word, you will see the page. Sierra Leone is ready with 2 beautiful videos of Sierra Leone. And there's a spot where to put all these members. There's a spot inside the page where we can add member by member. Like Yeri Bombay, say she will be there. Right? Like Mohammed will be there. Like Shaka, it will be there. Shaka will probably be one of the leaders of the group, but there will be every member, like Kanta also, every members will be there. These are the members I'm going to put in priority. In priority when I reach Sierra Leone. Even some crowds are gonna come. but I'm going to say, where is Kanta? you understand? I'm going to say, where's Mohammed? Where is Techno? Hammond, I'm going to be asking this question because you're part of the membership. And to answer your question, Mr. Shaka, is always start with a membership. Membership means, in my terms, membership means people who take responsibility to listen, not to do. Don't think about doing work, because to do is difficult. You need to have organization. You need to have an office. You need to have everything, what I want to bring, which I will bring. But the membership is the most important. The value is not in the things. The value is in the people. You see, when I see gentlemen like you, I see a kingdom. When I see, for example, a lady like Yeri Bombay, Sese, I see a kingdom. I see a queen. When I see a person like Kanta, I see a king. When I see somebody like Mr. Shaka, I see a king. Like Mohammed, I don't see with normal eyes. That's why he has stupid glasses on me. And that's why people think he's crazy. But that's what I see. You understand? You're not a regular person. So that's why, Mr. Shaka, that's that one thing you can, when people join, I mean, it's even if they don't understand, they will understand eventually. But try to find the people that have your heart, that people that you feel have your heart, the same vision or something, that the reason you are here today is not by accident. It's because you are chosen. If you don't believe me, tonight before you go to bed, ask God. Ask God himself. To ask God, you don't need to pray. Just talk. God, Tomio said I'm a chosen one. Is it true? God is going to say, my gosh, it took you a long time. It took you a long time to discover that. God is going to say, are you kidding? You know who you are? You know how many cells you have in your body? You have 700 billion cells in your body that are working for you. When you eat, when you drink, all the cells of your body are communicating with you without you having to raise one finger. You understand? That's how big you are. So when you ask God, am I chosen? God is going to look at you and say, are you kidding? My gosh. You understand? You have to be to be able to have that kind of conversation with God. You cannot treat God like somebody in the mountain or somebody in the church, somebody in the temple. You have to treat God like a friend, like your father, like your brother, like your big brother. If you treat God like this, you will be surprised by what you're going to see the next day. The next day, something is going to happen in front of you. You're going to feel, somehow you're going to feel more alert. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel special. Something you're going to feel. You understand? That's how God is. So this was to answer your question, Mr. Shaka. I hope you understand. It starts very simple. It doesn't start with tons of things to do. It starts with a simple list. I see this list. We can bring sponsor upon this list. The miracle of sponsor is the list. It's the people. The asset is not the things, but the people. You are the asset. You see, because now that I met you, yeah, it's simple. I love you. I love you all. Even if you don't like me, it's finished. It's too late. I love you. I don't care if you say, oh, to me, we don't want to see you again. Oh, watch out. Yeah, because I'm going to bring some good fortune around you. You understand? You have no choice. Now you're chosen by God, not because of me, because God was thinking before me And God said, these people are special because Mr. Shaka had the heart to bring this together, even though he's very shy. He calls me, Mr. Tomeo, can we meet? You know, he's really trying to be very, but when I see that, I smile. I said, I'm waiting for him to have guts. And suddenly he has guts. He says, we want to meet you. Oh, now I know something is going to happen. You see, when you have guts, when your guts come to you, say, I want it. Doesn't matter. This is my right. I'm a child of God too. You know, we're all children of God. We're all same. We're all equal. We do, it's not different. Oh, you see somebody smarter, so he's be a better child. No, you know, your little baby is the same. If you have five children is no difference for you. You know, everyone you love as much as the other one. That's the way God is. He loves everybody individually. You know, he doesn't love everybody collectively like a rock star. If I'm a rock star, you know, I'm going on stage and say, oh, I love everybody. But how can you love everybody? You love everybody because everybody is paying for the concert. Of course you love everybody. Everybody's paying. Now I have money in my pocket because thanks to you, public. But that's not the way God is. God is, I love every single person. If you accept to talk to me, I will answer you. That's the way God is. It's energy. It's infinite energy. So that's why I want to answer to you, Mr. Shaka, is to say that when you bring these people together, you are doing the work of God. And these people coming to the platform, they are doing the work of God. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You're all very young, by the way. Everybody's young, okay? Just be a little bit patient. Just observe and try to learn. And when you try to learn and observe or read or everything, every effort that you make is work. Even if you just listen, it is work. Don't think because you're going to do something, give money to somebody, it's work. No, the act of goodness is your awareness. The act of goodness is you being present, because when the time comes, then God can say, hey, guys, here's the money you're looking for. Here's whatever you're doing, the school you're looking for. Let's do it together. God will trust you first because you were listening, because you were there. You understand? It doesn't matter who comes in the last minute and say, oh, I can do everything. No, I was there. I was listening. You understand? This is the magic of the heart. This is the voice of the heart, even if you don't say anything. If you're present, this is where God is watching you, each one of you. That's why you're so beautiful. You don't even know it. You don't even notice. Maybe you watch the mirror and say, oh, him again. It's like what somebody watching the sun say, oh, the sun again, not again. We never think that way, right? When you watch in a mirror, you're happy to see yourself in the morning. You say, oh, I'm still here. Let me brush up my hair. I'm still looking good, right? You never go to the mirror and say, oh, no, I look terrible, right? This is the way you are. You are an ever-evolving being, full of light, power. When you go in the mirror, say, this is a new day. This is a new man over there in the mirror. And today, whatever I do, even if I don't do it, but whatever I think I want to do, it's going to happen in my heart. That's when you become bigger. That's why we need a little bit of time, but you need to be there, present within the chat, within the conversation. It's going to give you power. You'll see. 1 month later, you're going to be all different. You're already different. You already knew. But 1 month later, you're going to have a greater insight. You have a greater hope. You know that it's going to happen. You understand? You just have to stay out of the crowd. Thank you. Any other question? Any other question, my brothers? Because I know it's, you know, I don't know what time is it over there, but I know it's breakfast time. It's Sierra Leone. I know it's time to go breakfast, or you probably have some things to do, take care of the kids.
Yeah,
Or...
here is 10:55, still in the morning hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sila wants to talk to you. He has a question.
Silly. Yes.
Sila.
Sila.
You always call me Techno, but it's for the Tulisila.
Sila. Sila. Yeah, that's right. Sila. Sila.
I really appreciate thanks to you for all your endeavor and the great things that you did for us to converge us as a group in Sierra Leone. Because in other way around, people call us vulnerable people because of one reason or the other. But for your intervention, we really appreciate to converge us and do a meeting with us. I really appreciate. So now, as Marine Foundation, I already learned a lot from your discussion that we made today.
Right.
Because I really highlighted 3 things in my own observation here as Marine Foundation. Because the motto of Marine Foundation is not profitable something. You don't want anything that can bring profit back. Okay.
So that's the question, right? You want
that means
you are
we are not doing for profit making.
Yes. Do you want an answer?
Yes. So now I'm trying to put things in place. That is 3 highlighted things I made: health, education, and agriculture, which I want to mention. If intervention take place to come to Sierra Leone, this is my highlighted points.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my brother Sila. You're welcome.
Yes.
First of all, when I did say Marine Foundation is unconditional, it doesn't want anything back.
Okay.
It's a kind of an image. Because Marine Foundation system is set up like the heavens. Did you see? Look around you, the creation. The creation multiplies all the time. You know, when people think about the air, they don't even think about the air. Air is invisible, but is abundant. Is abundant. That's why we can be free. Everything you see, the creation multiplies. You know, the ocean evaporates, become glass, go back to the mountain, and the rivers flow back to the sea. You know, this is amazing creation, which everything has a profit. Everything has an interest. You know, there are bees pollinating the flowers so we can have more flowers. You understand? So now the Marine Foundation has a way to say, when we make system, the system makes money. I'm not shy to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Everything monetized. We use the system to get a return so that we can give more. If there's no return, it's like, you know, it's not good. It's not the way God do things. God does everything for good return, for not for personal, just personal, but for multiplication, so they can help another region. So suddenly Sierra Leone becomes a great nation. You become a great group. Suddenly you can help other group because you have enough to share. If you don't have enough to share, you're not yet on the God level, you know, you're on the creative level, right? So, but the problem in this world, people want everything for themselves. Then they close it. They put it in the box. The billionaires does that. And they save it for their children who are going to fight over their fortune. and spend it all in one time. There is no sense of sharing for multiplication. So real business is not a corporation. Real business is a charity who knows how to share and to get back and to give back. You understand? So I can tell you one thing, Mr. Sila, you know, what we're going to do is going to make you more, and I'm going to be frank about it. I'm going to be frank. It's going to make you more money. It's going to make you more money than you ever dreamed. Okay, now you're going to think, oh, I'm going to be a rich man. But the good thing about the system is that you're going to forget you're a rich man. The rich man notion is going to disappear because you're going to say, I'm rich, but what is more important for me is that children go to school without paying fees, that I can build medical centers to help young people, that I can build housing for elders. They don't have it, and it's all affordable. That's going to be your joy. Being rich is going to sound ridiculous. If you go in front of the mirror and say, I am Sila and I'm rich, you're going to laugh at yourself. You understand? You're gonna, or your kids gonna look at you and they laugh at you. You know, Dad, you're rich, but not really. You're giving everything away you don't even know. You understand? That's the way of wealth. That you have enough to live. You don't need even to think about bills and everything. You forget about it. These are little things. The use problem in the prehistoric world. The prehistoric world of society, when I have to pay, think about my rent, think about paying the electricity, it's going to disappear. You see what I mean? This is the way of profit, which means what I say, real profit, is that you understand when you are wealthy, even if you're wealthy a little bit, even to see just your community feeling better, it's going to bring you immense joy. It's going to bring a joy that you can't even describe, because like the gentlemen, the ladies of the house, they're going to come and greet you and say, hey, Mr. Sila, thank you so much for your involvement. You know, now we can,
you're right.
They're going to be celebrating you. You know, they're going to invite you. You don't even have to buy food. They will invite you every day. Every day you invited a different home. It's like, you understand?
You're right.
Excuse me, I gotta go to my wife's house because she prepared dinner, and she get upset if I don't eat her food. I'm always eating somebody else's food. That's the meaning of wealth. That's when you've reached wealth. And if you understand that now, you understand everything. It's very simple, you know, it's very simple. It's a change in the thinking. Just a little change in thinking, and suddenly you're with God. You know, evil people, they cannot change. You know why? Their ego is too big. Their ego is huge. So if they have to make a switch, it's a huge effort. It's like, oh, I'm going to die. Everybody's using me. But a person like this, like you, who understand the system, how it works, when something like this happens, you're going to feel immense joy, because your investment, and we say investment in this term, because investment doesn't really exist, because investment, when you give, it comes back. So investment is giving. It's not calculation. How much do I get back? If you calculate, you're going to get much less than if you didn't calculate. You understand? Calculation doesn't work with God. God does not calculate. People don't understand that. God is going to say, hey, my little son, Sila, I gave you a lot of food when you were young. Now you have to pay back. It doesn't work. Or your mother is going to ask you money back for all the time she changed your diapers when you were kids. You understand? It doesn't work. The way of God is giving. The return comes. The children grow up and they return everything to their parents. naturally, without even thinking. That's the way of giving. It has to be unconditional, even in business. Smart. We use smart strategy, smart system. You have no choice but to give back. Understand? When Marine Foundation Sierra Leone, I give you an example of one strategy. Marine Foundation Sierra Leone is registered, will be registered as a foundation, right? So
Okay.
all the corporation, what we establish a system called corporate responsibility. It doesn't matter what foundation you have to save your taxes. And the only way to save your taxes is to give to a foundation. So if you have to pay 10% taxes, you have to give at least 3% to any foundation. So that saves your taxes to 7% instead of paying 10%, which means you give 3% of something you have interest of. So it's the same as giving to the government, but now you're giving to a foundation. So that's where the foundation becomes rich naturally. And we will set up that system with, your bank account in Sierra Leone, and you'll see the account is going to go up flourishing. You're not even going to know. You're going to call me, Tom, what do we do? We have too much money. What's for? We have to use it somehow. You understand?
Okay.
So that's the mathematics, what I call the mathematics of heaven. Does not work like the mathematics of our conventional society. The mathematics of heaven works miracle. And this is what I can promise, because I know it works, because I did it myself at one time and it works. It doesn't matter what people say. It works, guys. It's going to work in Africa so beautifully. The African people are going to laugh. They're going to laugh because they're going to see not only their culture enhanced, but also their society, their economy, their community. It doesn't matter what the president is doing. My community is doing fine because of me. My community is growing. You understand? This is the point. My family is eating. My kids are going to school. That's the most important. That's how you change the society. Not thinking too much, too big. Thinking on what is needed now to our community, to me, so that I can multiply the fruits of what I'm going to plant, the seed. So I know I talked a lot. If you have another question, I know it's almost time for lunchtime. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trio. Okay, I stop there because there are a lot of questions, but as time go on, we'll try to join each other. Yeah,
thank you so
very
much.
much.
If anybody has a question, do not hesitate, or write it on the group chat, and we will discuss.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Tomio. This is Mohammed.
Oh, Mohammed. Okay.
Yeah.
Check out.
Yeah.
No, Mohammed, the young, the young.
Cheka is with me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mohammed.
I want to ask, because we are working health aspect, education, agriculture. I want to ask, because health is part of water and sanitation.
Okay.
So, yeah, because we have some vulnerable communities that is lack with this water. They don't have good drinking water. So are you going to implement this water project in Sierra Leone?
Yes. Yeah, my answer is yes, of course. Especially you mentioned it. It's a very, water is the most important thing with other things, but water is the foundation of everything. So we have initiated a project called 45,000 wells for the village, for each community. It's going slowly. We dig about 29 now. because we lack a little bit of farm. You know, the more farms, do more. However, energy, water is a priority. Priority because Africa needs the system. They don't need the word, the blah, 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 blah. We're going to be, no, they need the system. Once they have the system, Africa is free. They are independent and sovereign. So water, to have access to water, electricity, internet, all of this is coming. In the same package, we call the technology package, the environmental package. We have 5 different departments: education, technology, medical, infrastructure, and economy, with tourism and everything else. So we have these 5 structure. So definitely water is what I want to bring, because this is the nature of our life. I mean, hey, we need to have water. Why in Japan they have water? I can go to the faucet and pull water. Every village in Japan has water. Why not in Africa? Why not in South America? You understand? This is mentally disturbed world that can think a nation has everything, another nation has nothing. What is this? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense in a world, in a God-centered world. You understand? Kids are going to school. In some nations, kids are not going to school. But why? This is the why, the question why that I have to face and say, this why should never exist. See, Africa is not just Africa. Africa is the stamp of God upon this world. When God put this stamp on Africa, that means the world is safe. That means it's the disappearance, it's the elimination of evil through Africa. Now, people think, oh, yeah, America, the Christian, blah, 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 or Europe, blah, blah, blah. No, 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 no. It's all in Africa. That's why Africa was protected by God himself. God has protected Africa. That's why, you know, look, everybody came to Africa. All the colonization. All these nations came and they even drew their own country. Belgium became Congo. Côte d'Ivoire became France. France became Côte d'Ivoire. You know, Guinea-Bissau was Portugal. Portugal became Guinea-Bissau. You understand? It's like, oh, we are going to take and eat Africa for ourselves. This is our country, but they were all kicked out step by step. You understand? The only thing that resolved now is financial economic sovereignty. Economic sovereignty of Africa will change the whole world, because now economically, you know, the reason why you have in Côte d'Ivoire an enormous amount of cashew, you go to Guinea-Bissau, beautiful manufacture of cashew, but they don't have transformation plant. That's the point. A transformation plan will change the economy, but the Chinese, the French, the Portuguese, they didn't want to give the transformation plan. Do you know why? Because once you put a transformation plan in Africa, it becomes more expensive. It starts feeding the economy of Africa, then Africa becomes better, everybody goes to school, blah, 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 and then suddenly we lose Africa. Just a small example, transformation plant. That's what we're going to bring to Africa, transformation plan, things that raise the economy. So water is very important. Mohammed, my brother, water is very important. It's everything, but the way we're going to do it, we're going to be smart. We're going to be African smart. We're not going to be French smart or British smart or Portuguese smart or Spanish smart. We're going to be African smart, a made in Africa label. Because that's the same thing other people are thinking. Made in France, made in Germany. Why? Made in Japan. Why? Why we don't have a made in Africa label? Made in Africa, Sierra Leone. Made in Africa. You see, that's the beauty of Africa, is that it can unify under the same brand. You cannot unify Europe by a made in Europe label because the French and the German and the British won't agree. You understand? But in Africa, you made a made in Africa label, made in Africa, Sierra Leone, made in Africa, Cameroon, made in Africa, South America. Everybody's made in Africa, but everybody understands it's the same culture. It's the same world. It's the same continent. That's the beauty of Africa, which Europe, Oceania, Asia, and America, Americas with the S, which means North, South America, or Caribbean, don't have. They don't have that. They can't. Only Africa can unite as a continent. None other continent can do it. And Africa is shaped like a heart. Anyway, it is made to be the center of the world. Whether we want to believe it or not, even if you're a scientist, if you have a, it doesn't matter. Just look at the map. Africa is bigger than anything else. You can fit China, India, America, South America, part of Europe in Africa. Have you looked at the map? You can fit all the 5 major places in Africa. Are we scared of China? Are we scared of Russia? Are we scared of Europe? This is a small place. You understand? Africa now, what it needs is economic development. Economic development comes with education and good technology, especially education. You know, raising the kids to go to school. They don't have to be geniuses. They just have to go to school. You'll see. Transformation complete. Do you think they're going to go and look for a job in New York? An architect will stay in Africa because they know they will make more money in Africa than any other place in the world. You see, people follow the money. When Africa becomes an economic platform, everybody wants to stay in Africa because Africa is the only place. There's no other place. And whatever people tell you, if they tell you other than that, it's wrong. They just Santa Claus. They believe in Santa Claus. They believe in whatever, but they have to understand that it is Africa which is at the pedestal of everything that is beautiful in this world. Music comes from Africa. Dancing comes from Africa. Fashion comes from Africa. Picasso stole the cubic style from Africa before he became Picasso. He stole it from Africa. Everything is from Africa. Do you understand? Even the greatest technology, even writing, it's been depicted that the first inventors of writing and everything came from Africa. Egypt was black. It's scientific factor, but the white in their history book, no, Egyptian people are not black. They were wearing dreadlocks. It's not black enough, you know. This is everything come from Africa. This is why the Marine Foundation is powerful, because it found the identity of God, the Mother. God, the Mother. You know, you don't say Father Earth, you say planet Earth. You say the Mother Earth, right? Everything that consists of the creation is a mother. So God the Father, God the Mother. That's why we have man and woman, duality, plus, minus. If God was not both of these elements, God would not be able to make a woman. You understand? So this is God the Father, God the Mother, the duality of God, The duality of God is represented by God, the Father, but also God the Mother through the nature, through the Mother Earth, through the motherland. That's why the motherland is hurt in her heart, but because she's so strong, she can face it. That's why Africa survived. The only, the American Indian, they're also native people, but they died. They were dispersed. Africa never died. Africa is a native land, but it's still the native land today because the motherland is strong. The motherland is the motherland. You can't change that. So that's why Africa is so precious. And this is what has to come to the heart of African people. They have to change. I am not African. I am a son of the motherland. I am a son of the motherland. You know what this means? It's better than black. It's better than white. It's better than red. It's the motherland. I mean, it's God. I'm the son of God. That's what it means. You understand? To be African. You see? And that is the truth. You will see. Look at the children. You can see all the children in Africa. They're beautiful. I don't know. You see the children every day. I know you say they're noisy, they're blah, 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 pain in the neck, blah, blah, blah. But look at them dancing. Have you seen the YouTube videos of African children dancing and compare them to European children dancing? There's no comparison. It's like, oh, shoot. Look at this kid move, man. They can move. They're like 5 years old, 6 years old. They move. They have the rhythm. They have the music inside them. And I don't think one African child is not talented. Every child is talented. I've never seen an untalented African child. You understand? So, well, this is a small thing. Maybe I'm being too much. I'm saying too much, but I have to say it. Because if I don't say it, it's not understood. You understand? If you resonate a little bit within you, to the days, and you think about what I told you today, you will know it's true. The truth is the truth. The truth shall set you free. The lie doesn't set you free. The lie blocks you. The lie makes you confused. The lie brings your heart to distress. They say, a promise kept is a tree of life. A desire that is not fulfilled makes your heart sick. That's what the Western world feed to Africa, makes your heart sick because they don't tell you the truth. Once you have the truth, your heart is free. The truth shall set you free. This is a very famous statement from the Bible, but this is so true. My wife, when I'm with my wife, I tell her the truth, funny, even if she gets upset, but the next moment I'm free. I'm like, hey, Dolly, I told you I was going to spend that money and I did it. But now you know it. It makes you free. The truth makes you free. You understand? A lie puts you in prison. One lie, it makes the block of the prison bigger. Another lie, it builds the prison higher. Every lie brings a prison around you. And that's when we go to heaven with a prison. So people say God is creating hell. God doesn't make hell. God never created hell. The hell is created by ourselves. You see, the formation of the world we pull around us is our hell, because heaven is beautiful. It doesn't have walls. But when we lie, we cheat, we destroy, we create this natural world. That's why, the Western world has no chance without Africa. The Western world has not even a side, even 1% of chance. And then they always say, the white people are so strong. They are no strong. They have nothing to be strong about. They're sick all the time. They're sick in their heart. They're sick in their mind. They're sick in their stomach. They don't have it. African people have it with just a smile. But I know I'm being too radical. I'm speaking too much on that topic. It will make many of my European friends very angry. But my speech tonight, especially my UNICEF, UN people friends who says the opposite. So, but I don't care. We are the Marine Foundation. We are a diplomatic platform. We're not another foundation. We have diplomatic status. That's why I want you to remember before we leave this chat is that I'm so happy to have talked to you because I feel you're precious. But, you know, as time goes by, you're going to be speaking more and better than me. You're the one that's going to raise the flag because you're going to speak to the young people the same thing I say, even better than I can even explain it. You see? So that is where you have to go now. Don't listen to the preacher. I mean, yes, of course, listen to the preachers, praise the Lord, but don't listen too much. Listen to your heart. Your heart is what is talking, is not the preacher. The preacher cannot replace your heart. The preacher cannot replace your mind. You can analyze what the preacher is saying. You can analyze, right, what the preacher says. Hallelujah. So that's why you say hallelujah, amen, hallelujah, amen. That's fine. You analyze, you accept it. You are graceful, but don't take it as the truth. The truth is coming from you. What you are thinking when you come home. You know, when you're thinking when you come home and you have your community and you're facing your children, you're facing your wife, you're facing your husband, what is that's the place that you're facing. So that's what counts, your voice. Thank you so much.
So
I'm
okay,
so
Mr.
sorry.
Theo. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Kanta.
Yeah. So I want you to I want us to recommend this particular WhatsApp group created by Mr. Seka. So whatever information you have for us, you can pass it through that WhatsApp group.
Yes.
Any latest development, for example, if you created a website where we can trace information, you can also update us in that group.
That's for sure.
Let that WhatsApp group be our official group to communicate.
Very good.
Whatever update we get from Sierra Leone, we can update you from there. Whatever information you want from us again, you also can send it from that group.
Thank you.
So please let us maintain that group as official group. Okay.
Fantastic. And I will send you the video of that today. I hope it will transform to video. I've set up a video system. So if it transforms to that, we'll send you the video in the group so you can see my ugly face. I'm sorry for my environment. This is one of the room. Yeah. I think my daughter's room. I went to my daughter, some of my kids' rooms. So, but it's okay, it doesn't matter. Wherever I am, it doesn't matter. I will send you the video and simply, and you can share it. You can listen to it if you have time. But what I said today, it's really an honor to you and to all of you, and to you, Kanta, and the beautiful lady, Yele Bambe, beautiful lady. Thank you so much for being with us. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And for Mr. Shakan, Mohamed, and friends, and everybody else, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So everybody's okay?
Okay.
Okay. It's time to go for the day. Yeah. Have a great day. Have some good food.
Okay.
Enjoy the day. Thank you so much. My regard to the and to your wife and to your husband, Mrs. Sese, to your husband and to your kids and to everybody. And thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Okay.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Tomio.
You're welcome.
When again shall we have such a meeting?
Oh, you can decide. We will decide on the chat. You can decide. I will show you. My schedule is, you know,
Okay.
my schedule is anytime when you decide, because I have to change my agenda and work with my agenda.
Okay.
Like, for example, my tonight is very good. The night time for me, it's perfect. So anytime,
Okay.
don't do it after.
Anytime when we come together again, we can schedule. Then we can tell you when we should
Yes.
have one meeting again.
Exactly. And you have the link in the basement of my website. It's always it's always the same link. So you don't have to worry about getting a new link. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. You are so wonderful. You're a wonderful brother.
Yeah.
Hi to Mr. Eric. They say if you meet him.
Yeah.
You know him?
Okay.
Please say hi to him.
I know him personally.
Say hi to him. Tell him that you had a meeting with us.
Eric Cisse.
Yes, yes. Tell him that you had a meeting with him. He was, what? What? That's great.
It's a reverend. It's a reverend.
Yeah, Reverend. Reverend, they say.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, my brother. I say bye-bye. Okay.